Hello, people. Welcome to Nomysh. This is a brand new series that we're really excited to be shooting. It's called The Creative Diaries. This episode in particular is called My Niche Crush. This will be a deep dive into the life of a content creator, finding out, their journey, how they got started, tips and tricks, and all the insights. My name is Maxi, and today's very, very special guest needs no introduction, so we're going to get straight into it. We are joined by the incredible Jini. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So just to get started, why don't you tell the people, where you're from and what it is that you do in particular?
Okay, so I am from India. I came to UK like 2 years back for my master's, and the content that I've been creating, that's been like long since I moved to UK. I've started doing it before COVID, actually. Then from there, the journey started, and since I came here, I've just started doing it. So my content are mostly based on the fashion and combine of Indian as well as the UK fashion. So yeah, that's how it goes.
So just to kind of talk on India, like what is the creative scene like in India? Because in London, everyone's got a camera in your face or everyone's, recording things and stuff like that. And obviously there's probably some cultural differences. So what is it like in
Mhm.
India for content creation?
Uh, Before COVID, I think it is way different. That it is bit of weird if you do things in public. I mean, taking camera out, keeping tripod there. Still, it is, but I think comparatively, it's more better now. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of creators comparative to what I've seen before. I mean, it's improvising in India as well.
Okay, that's cool. So what is it? You do a lot of fashion, so I'm sure like it ranges from different types of clothes. And I've seen some of your videos, and some of the materials, the fabrics, the actual outfit choices that you're having are incredible. So,
Thank you.
like for example, in London, a lot of people are using, whether it's like fast fashion brands and so on and so forth. What is it like when you're, discovering all of these clothes in India to actually wear? Like, where are you finding all of these amazing, incredible outfits from?
In India, I used to get like one of a small stores that I usually most of the sari will be like a saris or salwars that you can get it in like normal shops. But there are a few designers that I've been most interested in these days. But like saris are like vast; you can find it anywhere in India. But here, comparative to India, I mean, few regions in UK, we still can find saris and salwars. Example, we can go for Wembley. You can find most of Indian culture there. So for me, it is easy to get it as well as we are online everywhere these days. Like just ordering things, getting it delivered. Yeah, but mostly I try to buy it back there in home. Then I can bring it here. I can make videos here because the culture is, as you said, it's different, and I want people to even acknowledge what culture India has. So I'm trying to mix and match.
Yeah, right. And you know what? That's a really interesting part about culture. So, like going back to when you first created and started making content, what was that like for, like for example, for a lot of younger creators, they feel like some fears or some pressures or some anxiety, first beginning to be in front of a camera, and it's not accepted by everybody depending on the type of content that you're making. Is that a similar thing in India? Like, explain to me, like when you actually began your content creation journey, how was that received by other people?
When I started, I wasn't starting my career or like content creating. I started doing modeling first. I still do like a freelance modeling. So in that case, starting, I mean, as you said, like the fresher who's getting in front of camera, they get scared. But for me, it became easy as I was doing my modeling career. And then coming to content creating, starting as a content creator, I haven't even heard of that name when I started. That is no content creators at that time. I started way longer, but then I got a lot of backlash because, as I said, like in India, they used to wear only saris or so. So when I was started using like the fashion or modern dress, like they didn't accept it. There was a lot of backlash, a lot of negative feedbacks. But I took over. Like I got to feel that they will understand at one point. Like you need to evolve. You need to explore all the fashions in the country or like in the world. So yeah, it started like that for me. Bit of ups and downs.
Right. And talking of those ups and downs, like how did you deal with the downs? Because some people, like in terms of like mental health and going through, all of these comments and seeing people are saying about you online, sometimes for people it can be daunting and really throw them off. So how did you manage to face, those challenges, especially like with maybe the bad comments or some of the negative comments?
Initially, when I started, as you said, like there were like a very bad comments and negative that I really felt I was doing something wrong. Like maybe I should not do anything, just to be quiet and doing my modeling. And even if I do modeling, there are a lot of cultural barriers that they say like you have to do only in this set of this set of outfits. You're not supposed to wear this. So everywhere I can feel that there is some barriers or there are some strokes all over. So I feel like what I'm going to do, I'm going to do. That makes me happy. So this thing's going to make me happy and I'm going to do it. And then as it really affects your mental health at one point. It will affect, but all you have to do is like leave that aside, move forward,
Right.
do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's really positive because, again, like a lot of people are looking for advice and looking for ways that they can combat negative comments. And I feel like that's a really great message for people. So, speaking about content creation, other than stuff like negative comments and stuff like that, there's loads of other challenges that people face with, making content online, for example, just finding the time. So, if you're battling with like so many other things on your plate, like the fashion and maybe jobs and, stuff here and there, how do you manage to actually find the time to, sit down in front of the camera and make these content? And how do you stay motivated to do that?
That's a hard question. I get it. So I don't get motivated all the time. Even today morning, for example, I did a video long back, like 2-3 days before when it was sun. As in UK, you know how the sun is.
Yeah.
So I did the video. I was trying to edit today with some good audios. We have to find like trending audios or whatever in the trend. I've been searching for almost 1 hour. I couldn't find anything that matches my video. That's a big struggle, as well as being consistent and managing work, this and setting up the lighting. Since we started doing the planning the video and executing it and editing it and posting it, that will be a big hurdles in every section of it. The process is really hard, but as you enjoy it, you will find it. And I just made it a positive thinking that okay, I'm gonna post it tomorrow. Done for the day. Not gonna take it in my head because we can't move forward for the other step. You have to run the day. So if you sit there, you're gonna stuck in that whole point. So that's how it goes. Yeah, and the struggle a lot of that. Like since, as I said, like settling the lights and managing a time like for editing, for doing and uploading it with the proper content, like giving the output as you wanted. It's a big hurdle.
Wow. And I can imagine, like, when you're doing like the setup and the lighting and trying to find the music
God.
and the motivation, yeah, it must be a lot. So, with that being said, are there any videos that you've kind of, done so much work to and you've put it out and you felt like really proud of to say, you know what, I worked hard for this video and it's actually received really well? Do you have any stories like that where you've, put something out that you're really happy with?
Sadly, these days, I mean, people are more into entertainment. I feel it. I mean, if I post so much, I put so much effort in one of a fashion video. I even booked a studio. I went to studio, I took a video, and then I posted it. It hardly went around, I mean, the views of 50K or 60K. That's it. But when I'm simply in home just doing like a fun video, that may reach up to millions. I'll be like, seriously? I put so much effort in this, but this doesn't go. I mean, most people are leaning forward to entertainment because that's the reason they are scrolling the reels for morning to evening and as well as the TikTok. So I think the mindset of a people is changing as they wanted to see either an extreme fashion, either it has to be like something they can learn, or else it has to be an informative, or it has to be an entertainment. If you are stuck in between, it's not going to give you more of a views as well as the output that you wanted.
Wow. And yeah, I mean, speaking of like that, like the actual niche of people's videos and what goes, viral or what gets, received really well to not is really tough. So do you have a like a formula in mind of how, have you started to see a trend in, like you're saying, like some of the videos when you're at home do really well compared to like a big budget studio, video. So do you have like a formula of like, which that, okay, these videos are going to do really well?
I believe that if it's something informative. Either it can be a fashion or it can be any topic, food or travel or whatever. If you put something informative that somebody else can learn from you, that will definitely go. As well as it's like within few seconds, if that's your content is a catchy one, that will also run. Mostly, yeah. And it is, as I said, like if it's a high fashion videos or people with a celebrities or somebody who's doing it, that will definitely go. Oh, these are the tricks that we can take our video moving forward. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, cool. So maybe one final question to end off. I wanted to know if you could give it like any word of advice for maybe a young creator coming up, you know, whether they've just begun their career or they're just trying to figure out what to do, whether they're in a place like London or India or wherever they are in the world, what would you say to them in order to kind of get them motivated to really start and really progress in their, you know, career and content creation?
I always say that, don't pressure yourself. Like, there will be a lot of negative comments or there will be a lot of hurdles since you're going to start. Uh, People may not accept what you're doing or people won't be fine with what we are doing. But if you believe that it's going to reach you somewhere, it's going to take you somewhere, or you believe in your content, just post whatever you like and try to be positive as much as you can, because social media can be very, very negative and it definitely affects your mental health. So I can say that be positive and just do whatever you like to be happy, that's the main thing.
Incredible. Well, you know, I'm sure a load of people are going to be really inspired by the words you said today. And, you know, I definitely have got a lot of tips from you, and just hearing your story has been incredible. So I just want to give you a nice big shout out. This has been the Creator Diaries. I've been Maxine. This has been the incredible Jini.